Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force here with some more Magic the Gathering. This is the Magic Duels Origins, and finally, the game is launched, and that means it's time for some multiplayer. We're gonna keep this hand. This looks a little bit better than the last one. It is time, yes, for some actual multiplayer. Holy crap, the opponent's mulliganing down to 5 cards. Oh boy, didn't like those first few hands, it seems. And it is gonna be an aggressive red deck here, our first opponent. So yes, it's finally here. Finally time to actually play against some real opponents. You've been seeing me play against AI. You've been seeing me do the story mode. It's time for some real fights. Now, I don't know how well he thinks this is gonna work, but going down to 5 cards is a huge, it's not very helpful, let's put it that way. So this is a Golgari deck, which is black and green, and there's a lot of fun interaction with Planeswalkers, some graveyard stuff, all sorts of, I'd say really enjoyable little combos. First card we're gonna play here is a Gatecreeper Vine. Comes into play, we get to search for a basic land or a gate card, and we're gonna grab a gate. We're gonna grab the Golgari Guild Gate, to be exact, as that is, well, this is the only gate cards that we have in the deck. Yeah, but it also is an 0-2 wall. I would like this infinitely better if it was like an 0-3 or 0-4. But you just gotta live with what you got here. He plays another Foundry Street Denizen, which is gonna pump that one up to a 2-1. And for that very reason, I'm not gonna block. We're gonna just let this damage go through. Now we do have the Flesh Bag Marauder that we could play next turn. We also have Read the Bones, Reclamation Sage, but I'd like to save that until he plays an artifact or enchantment. There's a decent chance he might. So yeah, we're not gonna play our tap land right now. We're gonna play this, and I am going to go ahead and play the Marauder. Now with the Marauder, I'll be sacrificing my gate, but he'll be sacrificing one of his denizens. And this also gives me a creature to block and kill his denizen, rather than just block and have my gate die. And we've got another one of these, which we could sacrifice the Flesh Bag with, or if there's no creatures left on either board, or if I have no creatures left, I can play this, and he will be forced to sacrifice the one of whatever he has. So if he like plays something next turn, for example. Really thinking hard about which one to sacrifice. If he doesn't do it, game's gonna pick one for him, and it picks the untapped one. Hilarious. Looks like that's the end of my turn, beginning of his turn. So as you can see, there is a timer here. I was a little concerned when I did my first impressions. I said, did they not have timers in this game? And yes, they do still have the timers. The timers do still exist. That is the thing. So if he attacks into this, I may very well play my other Marauder. Okay, so we're gonna block this, and I will play my other Marauder just to sacrifice and force him to sacrifice his. I'm gonna do it. I'll do it. I don't care. I mean, he started off with 5 cards in hand, so the more out of steam that he is, the better off I'm feeling here. We also could play a 4th land and do a 4-drop, but there's not a whole lot going on with a 4-drop. So let's just play the Marauder. Now the Marauder is just going to be sacrificed, but this also forces him to sack this without getting to use the 2 damage sacrifice effect. So I sacrifice him, and he sacrifices the 1 creature he has in play. Parry, my friend, there is only one choice to make. I'm sorry. There is only one choice to make. Okay. So no creature for me, but that's fine. I'm more of a control-y style deck anyways. So the more I can, oh yeah, he's got nothing doing. He's got nothing doing. Alright, we've got 5 right now, so a few different options here. We got a few different options here. We got the Gravedigger, which we could use to pull back our creature, get back our Vine or something. We could also just Read the Bones. I'm actually okay with just going with a Read the Bones. And we're going to scry 2. Do we want to keep any one of these? I'll keep the Gravedigger, and we'll get rid of the other one. So we get the Gravedigger, and we get Miss Liliana. That is very, very nice. So this is our first Planeswalker, and we can play her in synergy with some sort of creature removal, and that will allow us to flip her right away. So if I can get something to sacrifice one of my creatures, we can play Liliana and flip her right away. That would be the ideal situation. I don't want to play her by herself because she could just straight up die. So playing her by herself is not really an option for me. How about we play the Gravedigger? And with the Gravedigger, pull back something that we can use to kill one of our own creatures, such as the Fleshbag Marauder. So we're going to confirm the Fleshbag. So if we play Liliana plus the Fleshbag in the same turn, that's going to trigger her flip effect to get us a 2/2 token in play. And then we can use Liliana. Now Liliana's plus effect forces each player to discard, so we could be forcing him to discard, and I think that's probably what we're going to do here. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to move into combat phase, and I'm going to swing for 2. Bringing him down to 18. And then... what, do we sacrifice? We probably sacrifice a Gravedigger, because we can use a Gravedigger to pull a Gravedigger. So we're going to play Liliana. And then, as fast as possible, before he even thinks about burning it... oh, please don't think about burning it. Please don't think about burning it. Okay, good. And we're just going to sacrifice himself. This is automatically going to flip Liliana over. And then we can use her plus effect right away. +2, each player discards a card. And I think we will discard the Revenge. That's fine, because we can always pull him back. We can always pull him back. So we discard Gaia's Revenge. He discards... oh, he's got black in his deck too. See, this is why... because going down to 5 really screwed him over, obviously. Plays a 1/2 flying first strike and haste. Okay, let's see. Destroy target non-zombie. Return to 1 target zombie card from your graveyard. Is a graveyard to your hand? Yes, it is. So the zombie card we could get is something like the Gravedigger. I don't think we don't have to... he's going to attack Liliana. Fair enough. So it does 1 damage to Liliana, removing a single token. So I'd like to kill that as soon as possible, I think. And we could do that right now. But the only zombie I could pull back is a Fleshbag Marauder, which that's not really doing me much good. We could also use Liliana's minus effect to pull something back, but there's not much that I want to pull back with that either. So we're going to go each player discards a card. And I'm going to discard the Gravedigger. Okay. I'm going to discard the Gravedigger. And our opponent here, Perry94, trying to decide which card to discard. He really takes the full amount, it seems, of his time. All right, he's got a 3/3. Okay. And then what we can do is Cruel. Destroying him, pulling back my Gravedigger into my hand. So you can see all these fun little graveyard interactions. Lots of fun stuff going on here. Lots of fun stuff going on here. And this is all before combat phase. Now we move into combat phase. We swing for 4. I mean, heck, I'm just going to keep forcing him to discard cards until he's got nothing left and he concedes. Once Liliana gets up to 8 counters, we can remove 8 and get this crazy emblem that makes it whenever a creature dies, we just get it back at the beginning of our next turn. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of a little crazy. And we should be able to do that 2 turns from now if she takes no more damage. So if Perry doesn't attack her 2 turns from now, we'll be able to do it. We're going to get 1 more discard. He's going to twin bolt, 2 damage divided how he chooses. He's going to kill the Gravedigger. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Another Reclamation Sage. Really not what I want. So how's about each player discards a card. We're going to bring Liliana up to 8. So we're right next to being able to give her that emblem. We're going to discard a Reclamation Sage. And then we can play a Gravedigger, fetching back a Gravedigger. Which is, I think, what we'll do. He gets rid of the 3/2 Intimidate. Okay. I'm going to go Gravedigger, fetch back a Gravedigger. Okay. And actually, 8... oh, poor Perry decides to leave the game. 5, 6, 7. Gaia's... okay, so we can actually... I'm going to go Gravedigger to fetch back Gaia's Revenge. Oops. There we go. We're gonna fetch back Gaia's Revenge. Kind of crazy. 8/5 haste, can't be countered. Can't be the target of non-green spells or abilities from non-green sources. Gonna swing for 2. There we go, there we go. So we could kill him next turn, courtesy of Gaia's Revenge. And I think it's gonna happen. He's gonna play a 3/2 Intimidate. Okay, so we're not gonna, because he's just gonna block the 8/5 with the 3/2. Although he can't if I do this. So we're actually, to get the win, we're not gonna do the -8 thing. We're actually gonna go -X. We're gonna pull back a Fleshbag Marauder, forcing each player to sacrifice a creature. We're gonna sacrifice the Fleshbag Marauder. We're gonna play Gaia's Revenge. Now he no longer has a blocking creature. This is my first multiplayer game, and it's a victory. Yeah! Now, it is a bummer that he had to mulligan down so little, but whatever. Let's go on to another match. Alrighty, hopefully this opponent doesn't have to mulligan down to 0 cards again. No, definitely do not like this hand. Oh my goodness. One more land, and we're great. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It was seriously, all we need is one land, because one land gets us the Gatecreeper, which lets us play, which gets us another land, which gives us a 3, which lets us read the bones. Like, one more land and we're amazing. Not it. Not it. Okay. Come on, don't play anything. Yes! Oh, come on, dude. I was mana screwed too. Whatever. Hopefully this opponent doesn't have to mulligan down to 0 and doesn't leave the game. Ooh. Yeah, keep it, keep it, keep it. I'll tell you why we keep it. This card is a game winner, Evolutionary Leaf. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's like a not as good version of Survival of the Fittest, but I'm in love with the card. I'm in love with the card. So we start off with the Golgari Guildgate. We've got our Perilous Mirror. Now, the great thing about this card is when it dies, it does 2 damage to a creature or player. There's lots of creatures like this, but they only deal 1 damage to a creature or player. So you couple this with Evolutionary Leap, which lets us sack a creature and then just dig until we get a creature and put it into our hand. There's just a lot of synergy in this deck with things like that. Now, we don't have a second green source, which is a bummer, because it means we can't leap and then activate it in the same turn. So unless we just draw a forest, we're not going to be able to play Evolutionary Leap and then sack it right when it comes into play, which I would have liked to do, but c'est la vie. He plays a 1/1. Discard an elf. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn. X is the number of elves you control. Okay. So I'm probably going to want to kill that guy there. Okay. I'm thinking of just playing Leap right now, so the next turn I can do the fun sacrifice stuff and dig for some really good creatures. I'm going to do it. We're going to do it. It means we don't have much going on right now, but whatever. Okay, we're going to swing for 1. There's just, the combo is too good. And even if he kills this right now, next turn I could play this one and then use my green source to trigger the leap and then use the 2 damage. Like, there's just so much with the graveyard fetch and just all this stuff. This is a very fun deck to play. It's a very fun deck to play. 1/1, power and toughness equal number of elves you control. Equal to, deals damage equal to the number of target creatures without, okay, I see. I'm going to attack for 1. See what he does. Awesome, let's go through. Alright, so which one do I want to kill? I guess we'll kill the the big one. I'm gonna sacrifice this. We'll kill that. We could play our other guy as well. We get another one of these. That's hilarious. We'll play that. So why is this good, you might ask? Well, it's good because it lets us pull into our Planeswalkers, basically, or any of our other strong creatures. So Languish is going to be amazing, by the way, against an elf deck, which is what this clearly is. At this point, we've seen 2 elves and elf trigger cards, so it's a tri-color elf deck. Very interesting. Exile an elf card from your graveyard. This creature gets +3/+3 till end of turn. I mean, I'm just going to keep picking off his stuff. I don't even care, dude. I will keep picking off your elves, just one at a time. Guess we should kill that one next, huh? Alright, so I'm gonna swing for 1. I actually want to play this to get a land, because I could really use some lands. Yeah, I could really use some lands. So, I'm gonna play this. It's another creature that I can sacrifice as well, which is good. Alright, and let's do a green source. I'm actually not going to do my gate, because I can play this and play another one of these guys. These guys are just so good. They're so good. So good. I'm excited about this match, because this match looks like it's going to be on more even footing than that first one was. So, what is he doing? I still think player turns are way too long. Like, look at this. This is going to crawl on for ages. Maybe he's reading through my cards or something. He's trying to figure out what Evolutionary Leaf actually does. No, he just passed phases. All right, he's going to attack for 1. And he could exile his... You know what? I'm just going to block with this. This is amazing. I will block with this guy any day of the week. And then if he pumps it up, fine. I'll kill that one. He's going to pump it up. So he's going to use his mana to pump this up. He doesn't? That's hilarious. What an idiot. There's no way that was good. Unless he's got something that interacts. Yeah, man. What am I just... Exactly. I can't do anything about it. People just leave the game. It just happens quite often. Alright. Let me attack for 1. Is there anything I want to fetch back with my Gravedigger? I mean, hell, I could just fetch back one of the Perilous. Let me just read Bones, actually. Let me read Bones. We'll take a... tap land. A tap land, and then we draw to a Fleshbag Marauder. So we could sack at any point. We'll just do it at the end of his turn. We'll see if he plays anything here. If he plays a creature that I can kill with this. Okay, he doesn't. I'm still going to do this anyways. I'd like to dig for some good creatures. So we're going to sack. Let's actually sack this guy. Because he's just an 0/2 wall, not doing much right now. We get the Reclamation Sage in our hand. Alright, draw a card. Let's play the gate. Let's play... We can play a Gravedigger, I suppose. Alright, we're gonna swing for 1. Actually, I'd like to do another dig. I'm gonna sack this guy, and we're gonna dig for something else. Because I want to play something better than these things. I'd like to be able to play like Liliana or something soon. Basically, I'd love to be able to play one of my Planeswalker cards. So I'm gonna keep using Evolutionary Leaf to dig for it. Okay, we get a freaking wall. I guess we'll play the wall. It's gonna let us dig for a land. The Guild Gate. And we're gonna have to sack something, unfortunately. So let's get rid of the swamp. We'll keep our tap land. I just want some stuff here. Okay, he can do the exile to pump up, right? Okay, that's something. I can force him to sacrifice it too, actually. Alright, let me sack my wall. Dig for a creature. Come on, man, come on. I need my good stuff here. There she is. Okay. So, here's what I can do. Oh, I can't do both right now. I can't do both right now. Let's play Gravedigger. No, because that's just going to refill our hand. Let's just play Reef Soul. Does that counteract that? Oh, I guess it does. It must make it fizzle, doesn't it? Alright, whatever. Let's force him to sacrifice it. So what I couldn't do was I wanted to play Liliana as well as Fleshbag Marauder in the same turn, because that triggers Liliana, the Fleshbag killing itself. But I didn't have the mana, it was one off. I actually wasn't, like, I thought of the possibility, but I figured it would, I didn't realize that would force the spell to fizzle. I guess I'm sort of thinking in Hearthstone terms, basically. Okay, so we're gonna go Liliana, and then Fleshbag to trigger Liliana. You might think it's a waste of a Fleshbag, but having Liliana in play is the dream. Having you know, her true form in play is the dream. So, and we can start doing combos and all sorts of stuff. Let's get rid of a Reclamation Sage. We don't need that so much. He's gonna get rid of Wild Eyes, okay. And we'll go ahead and pass the turn on over. So that's the sort of thing that we do with Evolutionary Leap, is we dig until we find our good stuff. Until we find our good stuff. That's the idea. Alright. Man, what is this guy's deck? He's got like nothing. Alright, 4 or 5, when another red source. Okay, deals that damage plus 1. So that's a 4 or 5 that we have to kill. We can do it a few ways. I think what I'll probably do is, well, actually no, we could Cruel Revival. Yeah. So we're gonna destroy that, and that lets us pull back something into our hand. We're gonna get the Marauder back into our hand. We could also go with a discard right now, and I will do that to discard a land. So what I'll do is we'll play this. Actually, I'll make a decision in a second. We'll get a swamp. We will do discard phase. Yeah, let's just discard the swamp. We don't need that much mana. I mean, I don't know. We don't even really have to. Yeah, let's just discard the swamp. We discard a swamp. He discards another Wild Eyes. We swing for 2. And a couple of turns with Liliana in play typically spells doom for the opponent. Typically spells doom for the opponent. Dragon Skull Summit. Man, I don't know about this guy's deck that he built. Okay, so we go +2. Each player discards a card. He's down to 1 card. Let's discard Fleshbag, so we can always pull it back with some of our other stuff. Let's go ahead and swing for 2. I will then sacrifice the wall. Oh, I should have not done, I should have waited. 4 or 5, 6, I wouldn't have enough mana to do. I was gonna say if I drew my haste card off of this, it would have been better to do it pre-combat. Okay, I don't, I get Reclamation Sage. Okay. Whatever. Let's play a Gravedigger. And with the Gravedigger, we will pull back. Pull back a Gatecreeper for more mana. And then we can actually grab that right now. So let's go ahead and play the Gatecreeper. Gatecreeper comes into play. We dig for a land. Like running out of lands to even get. Okay. And this lets us, that gives us the extra green source to do an Evolutionary Leap if he tries to kill one of our creatures with something. Although at this point, we forced him to discard so much that I doubt it's even gonna. All right, there's his end step. Let's go ahead and sacrifice the wall. With our Evolutionary Leap, we dig for another Reclamation Sage. We're running out of creatures to grab, hilariously enough. We're seriously running out of creatures to grab with this thing. He's at 9. Alright, well, let me go ahead and do the -8 for the tokens. Okay, so there's our emblem. Whenever a creature dies, return to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next end step. So first things first, we're gonna go ahead and attack. Once again, I should have waited. I should have dig first, but I actually wanted to get the damage before I sacrificed, so I don't know if digging first would have worked. But if we pull into the haste creature, then we'll be kicking ourselves because we could have just killed him. So let's see what we get. There it is. There it is. So we could have just killed him. Oh well. Failure on our part. We're also running out of creatures to frickin' play. Let's play Gravedigger and pull back a Gravedigger. No, let's pull back something else because the Gravedigger's coming back. Let's pull back a Perilous and play the Perilous. Okay. And then we move into... Actually, I can sacrifice this too. Right here with this. Sacrifice it, deal 2 damage to his face. Because that's coming back too. And let's see what we dig for. Oh, man. I think that might be it. I think this might be the last creature in our deck. Okay. Choose a creature to return. To owner's hand. That's for the Gravedigger that comes back. We have to discard something. Let's discard a Reclamation Sage. This is hilarious. Now, it's game over. It just so much so is. I'm really sorry that so many people just leave the game. I wish there was something I could do about it. It just... This is... I've talked about this in the past. Scooping is like a natural part of Magic. I don't want to overcommit in case he actually has something. Scooping is like a natural part of Magic the Gathering. It happens all the time. It's just a bummer when half of our multiplayer games end up ending against an AI. But whatever, we win. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.